Mercedes-Benz says its new E-Class is the smartest car on sale, with technology to rival the best in the world. So we've come to Europe, before it arrives in Australia, to take its technology outside of the laboratory and into the real world.
Mercedes says the E-Class is its heart and soul, a traditional executive sedan that blends luxury, safety and technology in a time-honoured fashion. It claims that the new model moves the game on 2 generations from its predecessor. While it could easily be mistaken for the current C-Class or S-Class, this genuinely is a new car, one that is quite important for a brand looking to stay on top of its luxury rivals.
The new E-Class will be available in Australia with a range of petrol and diesel engines. At first, there will just be 4-cylinder options, 2 diesel and 1 petrol, and they'll be joined later on by a more powerful 4-cylinder petrol version and a V6 petrol in the E400. So the car we're driving right now is the E300. It has a 2-litre petrol engine with 180 kilowatts and 370 newton meters. We're just accelerating onto a motorway now, and it's a pretty good performer. We've just nipped up from 40 to 120 kilometers an hour, the legal maximum here, in no time at all. Pretty effortless car. It actually sounds alright as well. Like all cars in the E-Class range, the E300 has a new 9-speed automatic transmission that is quite a smooth and impressive unit. It's also very efficient, letting the car use less than 7 litres per 100 kilometres of fuel, which is pretty good for a car of this size. One of the things that really has impressed me with the E-Class is just how quiet it is. We've got double glazed windows that really give the luxury car feel, allowing a minimum of wind noise and road noise to enter the car. It genuinely does feel like a Mercedes-Benz. And that's something that extends to the interior as well. You've got these 2 beautiful screens here in front of you as the driver that you control with these funky new touchpads here that are on the steering wheel spokes. They'll essentially allow you to control all the different displays that the car is capable of offering you without taking your hands off the steering wheel. One of the main discussion points for the E-Class is its driver aid suite, which is unlike just about anything else on the road. This is a car with a really comprehensive suite of abilities that makes driving easier and a lot safer. Now, Mercedes-Benz crucially is not marketing this as a self-driving car, because it isn't. There is no car on sale right now that is a completely self-driving car. But this is as close as it gets. Hands off the wheel. I'm in cruise control mode. The car is using a combination of sensors and cameras and radars to look at the traffic around me and the road furniture, the walls and Armco and the lines on the road and that sort of thing, to keep the car travelling at the right speed and safely within its lane. It's a very cool system and very easy to use. Here we are just changing lanes, just pop on the indicator and it does it by itself. We're coming into a toll booth in a 60k zone, and the car has seen that it is a 60k zone and it is slowing down to the appropriate speed. It's an impressive system, but it's not perfect, and we have had a couple of hiccups where the car has wanted to wander out of its lane, or it's gotten very, very close to big curbs on the side of the road, and we've had to intervene to make sure that everything is safe. Now, again, this isn't a self-driving car. These are a series of driver aids, and you do have to stay in control of it yourself. Personally, I've driven a lot of cars that have these sort of systems. The Tesla, BMW, Audi, all sorts of different things, and this is the most comprehensive system that I've encountered.
While the E-Class has plenty of party tricks up its sleeve, the E-Class delivers what you expect from a luxury car.
Dynamically, it's a very sound car. As you'd expect from Mercedes, it's a very refined, quiet and easy car to drive. The cars that we're getting in Australia are fitted with air suspension as standard, which offers a very comfortable ride in its comfort mode, but also quite a sporty ride when you want to press on a little bit. There are variable driving modes for comfort, regular, sport or aggressive driving that really make the car tailored to your moods, affecting the engine, transmission, steering and suspension to basically conform it to your environment. One of the things that I'm not so sure about with this car is the styling. It looks a lot like the C-Class and it looks a lot like the S-Class. It has a generic Mercedes-Benz look and feel to it that, while both elegant and a little bit stylish, it also means that the car just doesn't have its own identity. And I think this is a good enough car that it really should have its own character and personality within Mercedes-Benz. Another area of concern for me is that Australians miss out on some of the technical capability of this car. But that's not Mercedes' fault, it's our regulations at home. You see, we're not allowed to use the remote parking app that basically lets you use your phone to control a car while parking it, and that's a really cool feature that I think Australians should be able to experience, but unfortunately it's not something Mercedes is ready to introduce because it doesn't really fit within our legislative framework. One of the other technologies that we miss out on is the ability for the car to read and recognise and adapt to speed signs. So here in Europe, if we're in a 120 kilometre an hour zone, the car sticks to 120 and doesn't go any faster. But then if you come into an 80 zone, like we're about to now, you get a little symbol on the dash that says, yep, we're in an 80 zone now, and the cruise control automatically pulls the car back to a legal speed. It's a very handy feature, and Mercedes says that it could make speeding fines a thing of the past. Unfortunately, we can't have that in Australia because our speeding signs are all over the place. Think about when you follow a bus that has a school sign on the back of it that says, don't go over 40 kilometres when the lights are flashing. the car would look at that sign on the back of the bus and just assume that it's in a 40 zone. But that's not the car's fault, and it's not Mercedes' fault. It's just something that needs to be worked out if we are going to have the best possible technology introduced with our cars. We've put the E-Class to the test in the real world, and it's come up shining. It is an excellent example of the capabilities that cars can have today and the potential for self-driving cars and autonomy in the future. But right now, if you want to drive the most advanced car on sale, this has got to be it.
The new E-Class is deeply impressive. It's the most advanced car in its class, and it certainly is the smartest thing that I've ever had the pleasure of driving.